Hello, oh dear ones, welcome back to my Friday video, which is a part of the series of the Creators of the Future workshop. And since it's a countdown from 52 weeks down, this makes it week 14. As you can see, I have a pile of my books here and they're being translated into several regional and foreign languages. You know, somebody told me that if your books are translated into 80 languages, you can retire. That's my target. I'm getting there slowly. Give me a couple of years, I will get there, and I don't think I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna come back with more. So we're nearing the end of the year and there's only 3 months to go. We're on the last quarter, and ever so important it is at this time to protect your enthusiasm, to protect your spirit, to protect your positivity, because you see, the tension is not just rising with you, the tension is also rising with the stakeholders who have invested in your success, who have trusted you with the job. Even their necks are on the line. And sometimes it happens that within this whole heat and this whole tension, a lot of negativity and insults come your way, putting even more pressure on you to perform despite all of that. And this week's video is about how to maintain your positivity and your spirit despite those negating forces coming at you. Now let's look at two scenarios where insults, abuses and negativities come your way, and let's see how to handle them so that they don't steal from you your confidence, your belief, your faith and your conviction that you can do it. Now let's look at scenario number one. The scenario number one is where it is your fault, it is your mistake, and you get insulted. So let me explain to you with an example. There was one time I was returning home. I was driving and my car stopped at the signal, and while I was chilling, listening to my music and happy about being home early, suddenly I hear this loud banging on my window, and I was like, oh my god, who the hell is it? And I saw this man in this really thick beard and a cap turned the other way, who looks a little shady, and I was like, why is he banging at my window? And then I started to look the other way and pretending I didn't hear him, crazy fellow. And then the banging continued, and then I muted the music in my car and I could hear him abusing the living daylights out of me and screaming, get your car off my foot. My car tire was on his foot. Imagine how was he standing for my car to have actually gotten onto his foot. And then I was so mortified, I just drove a little bit ahead, and that guy abused the heaven and hell out of me. First of all, he looked exceedingly scary, okay? And then I rolled down my window and I'm asking him, are you okay, sir? Is your foot okay? Can I take you to the hospital? Oh my god, he was not listening to me. He was just driving on, turning around and abusing me, still abusing me. And I was so mortified that chalo ab kiski galti thi, keh nahi sakte whether it was his fault or my fault, but the fact was that my car tire was on his foot and the guy was hurt. And I tell you, I chased him for as far as I could have, only apologizing, only folding my hands and saying, I am so sorry. And the only thing that guy was doing was abusing and insulting, using words that I cannot say here. And it didn't matter to me. Here's the point I want to bring out, that his abuses, his insults were not deterring me from reaching out to help him, because you see, it was my fault. And I have seen this, that sometimes when we hurt people physically, when there's blood coming out, and when you see the impact of your mistake, it does not matter whether it was his fault or my fault. Somehow on a humanitarian level, we are driven to apologize, to make it all right. But you see, when the inconvenience is not physical, it's not at a physical level, at that time we don't maintain this same attitude of grace, even though insults are coming our way. Now let's say, for instance, a person shows up late at work, okay, and you get insulted. Now even though the person is insulting you, we don't really get it that, look, you have inconvenienced the senior, you have hurt him at some level or the other, because your coming late is going to delay his project, is going to delay the client's project, and now he's going to hear two things from the investor and he's going to get hurt. His reputation is going to be on the line. When you delay a project, you have hurt somebody in the chain up, and you can't see that someone. Who are you to judge? First of all, who am I to judge the gravity of pain that I have caused somebody? We are nobody to evaluate and pass judgment that ये तो छोटी बात है, उसके लिए छोटी बात नहीं है. Haven't you been in a position where you have been inconvenienced and the person is trying to rationalize and say इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है, and you're thinking who are you to decide for me कि मेरे लिए ये कितनी बड़ी बात है. If you have left that situation open without making it go right, karma has a good way of coming around. You have invited bad karma into your life. Now imagine a situation where you are so close to achieving your goals, when you are so close to the finish line, the last quarter, and now suddenly someone makes a mess on your project, someone makes a mistake, someone puts a delay, someone makes an error, और फिर आपको ऊपर से सुना भी रहे इसमें क्या हो गया, इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात हो गई, and you lose because somebody else made a mistake and he doesn't even have the courtesy to set it right. ऊपर से आपको सुना रहे हैं. Come on, you don't want to invite that in life. You want to contribute. Of course, errors will be made, mistakes will be made. Would you not like to work with the person who says, sorry sir, sorry to have inconvenienced you, I did not mean the damage, and now let me do everything in my ability to set it right. Of course you will react angrily. People react angrily because who is to judge what stake you had in that project, what stake you had in that moment? Perhaps it's your lifetime's investment. How can somebody quantify the gravity of the sacrifices that you have made, and now their mistake causes you to blow up and they say इसमें क्या बड़ी बात हो गई. हम आपको बताएं कितनी बड़ी बात हो गई. मैं 6 दिन से घर नहीं गया. My wife is on the verge of divorce. I was not there for my son's graduation. My health is falling, and now when I'm so close to making it go right and you make a mistake and you're asking me इसमें क्या बड़ी बात हो गई. Come on, do everything in your ability to make it go right. If you need to invite something in your life, invite good karma. Alright, now let's take another example, another scenario, that it is not your fault, it is somebody else's fault, and instead of making it go right, that person is unreasonable toward you and starts yelling at you and starts insulting you. And you're going, huh? It is not even my fault. It is that person's fault. And instead of chasing me and saying, are you okay? Shall I help you? Instead, that person is yelling at you and abusing you. Let me give you an example. This was one time several years ago. I had an employee and every day he used to come late. Not only that, abhi late aayenge, project delay karenge, and so on. And one day I had it. Despite several warnings, I said, this is it. So I'm waiting at my office and I look at the watch. At 9:30 you're supposed to report at work and it's already 10 o'clock. And now I'm like, okay, this is it. So I start to type an email giving one final warning to this gentleman saying, one more time you are late, and if you show this kind of lack of discipline, you are fired. That was my last draw. I write this email and this gentleman enters. I mean, ऐसे खुशी से enter कर रहे हैं as if he's coming for a picnic. Okay, and I'm watching him. No apology, no nothing. He goes and he reads his email, and now अब तो ये ऐसे आग बबूले हो गए as if पता नहीं who I am. And that guy saw that email. He came at my desk and started this whole scene, abusing me, telling me you're crazy, you don't know how to lead a team, and blah blah, and on and on. And then one fellow came to tell him, hey, excuse me, you don't talk to the boss like that. और उसके ऊपर भी बरस पड़ा. And it's like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? First of all, it was his fault, and instead of turning things around, my God, he to climbed on my head and started to play a tabla there. And I am sure you know so many people like that कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है that they start insulting, abusing, yelling, and raising their voice to cover up for their own mistakes. उनको लगता है कि अगर मैं ऐसे थोड़ा जोर से बोल दूंगा ना तो मेरी मिस्टेक कवर हो जाएगी, मुझसे डर जाएंगे और मुझे छोड़ देंगे. But actually the problem already is created. Your yelling, abusing, screaming is not going to make the problem go away. In fact, you have given me more power, you have given me more ammunition now to fire you. So how do I handle it? I am not the kind of person who will participate. So I'm not going to start this volume game कि तुमने मुझ पे इतनी वॉल्यूम पे चलाया, अब मैं तुम पे इतनी वॉल्यूम पे चलाऊंगी। अच्छा, तुमने मुझे इन रिलेटिव्स की गाली दी, अब मैं तुम्हें रिलेटिव्स की भी गाली दूंगी। तुमने मेरे पास्ट की और बातें निकाली, मैं तुम्हारे पिछले जन्म की भी बातें निकालूंगी। I do not participate in insults, and if a person insults me for no reason, I just cut all association with that person, no matter who that person is. So I will not reply now, I will reply later. I will not participate. So when a person starts yelling, I say thank you very much, I'm not going to participate in this nonsense. So in conclusion, if it is your fault, do everything in your ability to make things go right. Don't focus on the insult. Put your attention in turning things around, and after you have done that, apologize one more time to the person. If it is not your fault, take a stand of self-respect. Do not participate in that negativity. Then decide, use your own judgment if you want to continue working with that person or to cut your ties. I personally refuse to work with people who will use verbal violence to justify their mistake. That, according to me, is absolutely not okay. And you see, Abhi, because we have reached the last quarter, the tension is rising. I can understand. Now the abuses are going to fly and the negativity is going to come speeding at you. And this is the time you want to protect your self-respect, your self-confidence, your faith, your belief in yourself and in your ability to perform. I hope this helps. I'm trying week after week to ensure that you have this guarded circle around you, that I bring to you a message to ensure that your goals, not only you reach there with victory, but also with sanity, self-respect and self-confidence to do even more. And before you go, please like my video if you have liked it and subscribe to my channel so you are updated whenever I upload a video. It's not many, it's once a week, so you won't be bugged with the notifications. And hey, you have to read my book. Now I don't say have to for anything, but I know that my books bring that energy, they bring that vibe, they bring that positivity that you so need at the end of the year, and I have a plenty. So please be in touch, write your comments below, tell me how you like this video, tell me topics that you feel I should cover. Now that we are approaching the end of the year, I would be very happy to contribute. And my book tour is going to start soon, and I promise to announce that in my next video, with the promise from you that you're going to come and meet me when I come to your city. So take care, more power to you, and I'm rooting for you.